with guard Mike Sullivan. two of them in the first half.
Could be jittery here in the whole bit, but he gets a good placement. His head is down on the ball. He just hooks it. That's the problem with a soccer-style kicker. Sometimes they get too much leg into the ball and just pulls it to the left.
And he did the exact same thing the second time he had a chance. And so TCU is not on the board yet. And Jeff Wilkinson and his coach Jim Wacker very frustrated at this point.
Once again, a very good spot. Makes it to him. He goes right to the ball. No pressure at all. Hooks the ball again, almost in the same spot.
And so our score is 12-0 Tigers. The Missouri Tigers beginning their 100th season of Missouri football, and this is the Mizzou Sports Network. Join the General Motors Corporation Fairfax plant and WDAF-TV, your hometown station, in this Labor Day salute to the men and women who keep Kansas City on the move. We work hard every day, not the fame and fortune they try, but the fruits of their labor are worth more than their pay, and it's time a few of them were recognized. Hello, America, let me thank you for your time. To the employees at the General Motors Fairfax plant, we say thank you for a job well done. Chevrolet, Shelter Insurance, the Missouri Lottery, and Bush Beer. This 1990 season marks not only the 100th season of intercollegiate football at the University of Missouri, it's also the university's 84th year as a member of the Big 8 Conference, the second season, of course, under the direction of head coach Bob Stoll, the 65th season playing at Memorial Stadium, Faroe Field, and the 6th season playing on the Omniturf at home, which Kellen Winslow loves so well.
I don't understand it, Mike. We talked about this earlier. Why the university would take out the grass instead of the Omniturf. I prefer the grass.
Halftime stats are brought to you by Bush Beer. First down, actually, TCU has the lead over Missouri. But if you look at the passes and the yardage, you can see why Missouri has the lead. 210 yards to 95.
Some coaches put a lot of weight in stats, and some try to dismiss them to make their team look very good. Right now, it's not a bad stat for Missouri for the passing yards concerned. You'd like to have a better yard per rush instead of 19 rushes for 64 yards, but also at the same time for TCU. First down, it only matter how many times you get the ball. Missouri has 10, TCU has 12, but Missouri has done more with the ball than they had it.
And look at that time of possession. The Horned Frogs actually controlling the ball a lot more often than Missouri, but when you put the ball up in the air for those 60-plus yard touchdown receptions, that's going to happen.
That's why I like the forward pass. It's exciting. People like to watch it. It can happen any moment. When you're never out of the ball game, it's when you're able to throw the football. Running is fine if you live in Oklahoma.
50 years ago, junior Paul Christman quarterbacked Mizzou to its first ever Orange Bowl in 1940. He is now the top nominee after 3 weeks of voting for the University of Missouri All-Century football team. But don't count out Kellen Winslow, the standout tight end from NU, alongside us today from 1976 to 78. You know, you're number 2 in the balloting, only 6 votes short of the lead. That's pretty heavy company there, Mr. Winslow.
It is. Once you stop and think about it, we're talking about a tight end, downplay tight end here years ago. I'm surprised anybody still remembers, but it still is a tight end position, which was not even in the Missouri playbook when I came here in 1975. I'm just honored to be considered in the same class.
The fans here at Faroe Field watching the Missouri Tiger marching band, and we'll watch along with them. Field here at Faroe Field in Columbia as we get set for the second half of football action. The Missouri Tigers leading the TCU Horned Frogs by the score of 12-0. Art Holiday is on the field with Coach Opso. Art.
Okay, Coach Bob Stahl, 12-0 halftime lead for the Mizzou Tigers. First of all, on the plus side, Lindsey Collins, a 2-long pass play. Athletic ability on one, he just outran the guy. On the other one, he and Ken Keeper read what the defense was doing. They were trying to pressure him. He ran right by the guy down the sideline. Yeah, one was a blitz step, and the other one was a play action pass. And again, we're lucky we had some two big plays on offense, and the defense was doing some big plays to stop him. So that's pretty much the end of the game so far. And I know the defensive improvement is one thing that you really wanted to see. You wanted to see your ball club perform defensively. Yeah, we did fairly well. We need to get them out of drives quicker, though. They had some long drives that near the end of the course. We need to get them out a little bit quicker. Okay, Bob, thank you very much. Missouri coach head and Missouri head coach Bob Stahl. 12-0 halftime lead here in favor of the Mizzou Tigers. This is the Missouri Tiger Network.
Since 1932, Missouri Sewing Machine Company has helped hundreds of customers turn sewing into good business. We have machines for monogramming, embroidery and related arts and crafts such as applique, custom sewing and alteration, drapery manufacturing, quilting, and heavy-duty machines that handle upholstery and leather work. Also professional pressing and cutting equipment. When sewing is your business, it's good business to know Missouri Sewing Machine Company, serving you at these 3 convenient locations.
Tomorrow's attractions are here today. This fall, see it first on Preview. Fashion on the fringe. Television on the edge. Music on the rise. Movies on the brink. Celebrities on the verge. Living on the crest. Breakthroughs for tomorrow.
What's new? Brand new. The best of the new.
Preview, the best of the new. Premiering September 17th on TV4. Pack up and come on out to Royal Stadium on Sunday afternoon, September 16th for Pizza Hut Royals Backpack Day. All fans 14 and under with a paid admission will receive a Royals backpack. Compliment to Pizza Hut.
Matt Vogler is the quarterback. Play action pass early. He's got a man, drop ball. Cedric Jackson had the ball in his hands and then just dropped it. It'll be 2nd and 10 for TCU.
Not a great way to start there, but they came out in that play action pass, faking the draw and rolling out. Something they set up in the first half.
Matt Vogler, 12 of 16 for 91 yards in the first half. Last week, the Horned Frogs put the ball in the air 55 times and came away with only 3 points. They're looking for more now. That's complete. That goes to the tight end, Chris Thompson. But there's flag or 2 now on the field.
When you see a flag in that area, you're really looking at offensive holding.
See it from the end zone, Kellen.
You know, once again, it's going to be a fake draw, a fake run up the middle, and he's looking downfield and having it checks off to the tight end real quick. I didn't get a chance to see the penalty, but I think they're calling illegal procedure or offside. Pretty much one and the same thing on TCU, moving them back 5 yards.
You wonder if they're going to go to their tight end a little bit more often here in the second half, Kellen. It worked so well for them in the first half. And they moved the ball, as we mentioned earlier, from the 20-yard line to the 20-yard line, although they couldn't get into the end zone.
Well, Vogler's done a good job. 2 passes. He should have 2 more completions than he does. 2 receivers dropped 2 passes on him by wearing those gloves, as I mentioned earlier. But he should go to the tight end, control the ball down the middle, pretty much like Joe Montana does in the San Francisco 49ers so skillfully.
5-yard penalty. 2nd and 5. Vogler in trouble. Looks down long. Intercepted by Maurice Benson. He could go all the way. He is stopped at the 2-yard line. Maurice Benson on the interception for the Tigers, setting up another Tiger score.
Okay, start the playoff. Vogler gets pressure right away. He doesn't expect it coming from his right side, but coming to your pitcher quickly. is getting pressure. He avoids the rush. I'm sorry, on his left side, he avoids the rush. He throws downfield, kind of blind, looking for the receiver. Defensive back steps in, makes a great play, and should have scored. He doesn't realize someone's behind him. Trying to avoid the offensive lineman, and the receiver catches him from behind.
What a great story number 23 Maurice Benson is. He was involved in a hunting accident in the off-season, was shot in the eye, only has limited vision in his right eye. The Tigers go absolutely nowhere on that play on first down at the 2-yard line. Maurice Benson was shot in the eye. They weren't sure he could ever play football again. He has limited vision in his right eye. And there he made the interception. And Mario Johnson has come into the game. The wide load for Missouri. This is the guy who likes to get the ball in short yardage situations. Johnson, over 300 pounds. He covers up and bounces over everybody. He's going to try for the touchdown. No, they give it to Jones this time. Johnson blocking. And again, really no gain for Missouri.
Well, Johnson did a good job in clearing out the hole, but there's penetration because the back was so far behind Johnson when he hit the hole. The problem here is that they've got to spread them out.
There's a look at the hole that Johnson opened up. Look at him.
See, he gets the second line. He misses the first guy who really gets past him. He's got to open his eyes when he goes to the hole blocking. He's not used to that.
Victor Bailey, the transfer out of UTEP, number 2. Watch him on this play. Sean Moore is open, picked off. That is Lavoyle Crump. He's up the sideline. Ken Keeper was the only man to beat. Keeper with a good play to knock him out of bounds. But a Missouri Tiger touchdown situation is foiled by TCU, and they turn it back the other way.
2 receivers in the same area. Quarterback comes out. Instead of drilling the ball to one, he floats it in between the 2. Defensive back steps in and takes the interception. And a big play for TCU. Could be the play that turns them around. There's a little drifter there. 2 receivers right in the same area. Maybe should have been spread apart a little bit more, but there should have been ump on the pass by Keeper. This could have been dangerous if Keeper had not took the right angle to cut him off.
Well, he's a hard-nosed quarterback, not afraid to hit. And he knocked Lavoyle Crump out of bounds, and it's a good thing he did, or Crump would have gone for a touchdown. A 42-yard return by Crump. And I would imagine that this will really help TCU, because Missouri could have put this thing out of reach with that touchdown. And now it's 12-0. Broken play there. And just as we were about to say that TCU was on the move, a broken play.
Once again, it seems like there's a little cadence problem between the quarterback and the center when he wants to get that ball. This is the 3rd penalty for TCU of this type, if it is on TCU. Yep, it is on TCU.
Illegal procedure on the Horned Frogs. Boy, the Tigers come out. They intercept the ball. Maurice Benson takes it to the 2-yard line of TCU. 3 tries for Missouri. They can't get into the end zone. On 3rd down, Lavoyle Crump picks off Kent Keeper's pass. And now TCU works the ball at the 36-yard line. TCU 3 penalties for 15 yards. Missouri 2 for 15. That's Curtis Motkins. The leg still moving. He gets to about the 39-yard line.
TCU has an automatic. They call it the line of scrimmage. Vogler has an opportunity to take it. Anytime he chooses that he has it, it's where the center is uncovered. And he has a tendency. He taps him on the hip, and he gives the ball to him quickly. He just takes 1 step back and hits the hole, while everyone else is sitting there waiting for the cadence.
2nd down and 12 for TCU. No back offense. This is the triple shoot. 5 wideouts. Vogler. He's got Cedric Jackson. He makes a nice catch, but he was out of bounds. Now remember, in college football, you only have to have 1-footed bounce when you make the catch, but Jackson was out of bounds on that catch. He made a nice grab.
He was almost behind the TCU bench when his 2nd foot came down. The Vogler gets down once again, running a play into the short side of the field. Gets pretty good protection. Missouri did send a linebacker on the blitz. The pass just ran out of real estate.
Jermaine Wilkins and Leon Fisher had him covered. 12:49 to go, 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 12. Another passing situation for the Horned Frogs. Vogler drops back.
Watch for the tight end.
He's covered up. Fumble. Horned Frogs recovered, but a good play by Rick Lyle, the freshman redshirt, number 59. Harry Colin tried to get that ball, but TCU covered up.
Here Vogler drops it back, and he's into the pocket. He's okay right there in the pocket, but he makes a mistake of moving up 1 or 2 steps, but too far here, and runs directly into the defensive lineman. Not to take anything away from the defensive lineman, made a great play, but Vogler ran right into him, coughed up the ball, and TCU was lucky to fall back on it.
The quick guard, Mike Sullivan, recovered the punt for TCU, and they will punt it away. Nearly a fumble. Maurice Benson on the punt return called a fair catch. And so Missouri's offense comes back on the field with the Tigers leading 12-0. This is the Mizzou Sports Network.
It's time to realize that help doesn't come from a pill bottle, but from within your body. Hi, I'm Dr. Young of Westwood Chiropractic. Chiropractic care helps millions of people get relief from pain and improve the quality of their lives without drugs or surgery. I invite you to come see what chiropractic care is all about.
Right now, Westwood Chiropractic is offering a thorough spinal exam with x-ray if necessary for only $20 when you mention this ad. Call 432-5678 today. Westwood Chiropractic on the corner of 47th and Mission Road.
Man, who is that guy?
I know who that is.
That's pretty good.
I know who that is.
That is crazy. It's unbelievable.
No, that's magic.
Mandarin orange slice. The magic is Mandarin.
Pack up and come on out to Royal Stadium on Sunday afternoon, September 16th for Pizza Hut Royals Backpack Day. All fans 14 and under with a paid admission will receive a Royals backpack. Compliments of Pizza Hut. Royals baseball, that's the thrill.
12:26 to go, third quarter. Missouri with the ball. Look at Coach Bob Stull. Ball goes to Michael Jones. He's tied up before the line of scrimmage, and a flag is thrown.
Looks like we might have a holding call there, the way the flag came in. TCU players are waving that it is against Missouri. When that happens, it's usually holding. There it is.
Holding against Missouri, their third penalty of the game. 3 penalties for 25 yards against the Missouri Tigers so far. Bob Stull, last year in his first game as Tiger coach, the Tigers beat TCU last year 14-10. His 6-year record as a head coach, 33-36. Last year, of course, the Tigers disappointing 2-9. They could have easily been 5-6 with a couple of good breaks. They led Iowa State 21-0 at one point. Had a chance to beat Oklahoma State. Here they're trying to go 1-0 in 1990. That's Sean Moore. He gets to the outside. Nearly gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Tony Rand knocked him out of bounds. Number 1.
Keeper took advantage of what he's seeing on the left side of the field. Simply TCU playing off. They're running off with the receivers at the back, coming out of the backfield before the inside linebacker can get over to them. More plays like that, they'll have more ball control, and they'll start to dominate as far as possession of the ball is concerned.
Lindsey Collins to the far side. Damon Mays this way. Keeper, play action. Dumps it out to Sean Moore again. Now he gets to about the line of scrimmage. And it'll be third down. Sad Jackson and Anthony Hickman made the play for the Horned Frogs.
Kind of a strange play for the Missouri Tigers. They were trying to use Keeper to roll out to the right and fool everybody, then throw back to the back. But the inside linebacker and the strong safety didn't bite on it at all. Matter of fact, they hit the running back behind the line of scrimmage.
So it's third and long for Missouri. 3rd and 10. The ball's on the 39-yard line. 12:06 to go, third quarter. Lindsey Collins and Skip Leach both this way. The wide receivers. It goes to Collins again across midfield for a first down, Missouri. Lindsey Collins, his 3rd reception of the game. Larry Brown made the tackle.
Lindsey Collins is such a great talent. they're going to have him out here on the right side, pull around, simply just run him up the field real short, take the outside receiver, Leach, inside receiver, run him outside, and then duck Lindsey up under him as keeper waited patiently for him and hit him right in the area for the first down.
He's the man, Lindsey Collins, 2 touchdowns so far today. Mays in motion. It's the reverse, but Mays got tied up with his roommate, Ken Keeper. You'd think they're roommates. They'd know a little bit better than that, having worked that play in practice. Jason Cauble made the play for the Frogs.
A great play by the outside linebacker Cauble. He comes in here, and penetration will stop anything. He gets there, and the reverse is coming in, and he stays within his pattern and sees the play. The problem with a lot of young defensive players is that they see the play go away from them, and they stop carrying out their assignment. This time he did. He stayed in his area, he penetrated, and ran right into the play.
So it's 2nd and long, 2nd and 16. The ball's on the 45-yard line. 3 wideouts for Missouri. Keeper. He tried to get it to Skip Leach or Damon Mays. It might have been deflected. Greg Evans on the deflection, number 6 in white for TCU. And now it's 3rd and long for the Tigers.
That situation again, 3rd and long. The trick play, the reverse, really hurt the Missouri Tigers. The last play, Keeper took a short drop, but he got penetration once again from the defensive lineman. They got their hands up and knocked the ball down.
Last time in a long passing situation, they went to Lindsey Collins right over the middle.
Same formation as before.
Cauble on the blitz try.
Pretty much the same play.
He got Collins, but all Collins could get was to about the 47-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. Anthony Hickman was there on the play for TCU. Let's see it again.
Let's take a look at it here, Mike. You see Lindsey coming in from your right side of your left side of your screen, coming inside. If Keeper could have got the ball to him a little bit quicker, he could have hit that hole up in there. TCU, really, they let the man run scot-free down the middle.
A bad snap. Plunkett's going to go back and get it. And he just booms it up. Actually, not a bad punt for the situation. And it gets a Missouri roll. Across the 40, 35-yard line. And boy, what a break that was for Missouri.
American-style football at its finest. Rugby in Columbia, Missouri.
Mark Plunkett with an excellent play for the Missouri Tigers, or they would have been in deep trouble. The Tigers lead it 12-0.
I love power. Lawnmower never had enough. Gave it the power of Chevy S10 Tahoe. Cuts 9 acres in 7 minutes flat. Weeds. Big V6 fuel injector. Uh-oh. Chevy S10 Tahoe's V6. More power for under $10,000 than Ford Ranger XLT. More for less? What a concept. V6 powered canoe. Or Tahoe power.
Show us your hand. Show us your hand. It's so grand to have winning hands. Show us your hand. It's 1, 2, 3 chances to win again. Just about everybody's got winning hands.
The newest scratch-off game for the Missouri Lottery has a top prize of $1,000. That means more people are winning more than just a handful. And that's got everyone showing us their winning hands.
Show us your hands. Put up those winning hands.
There aren't any fax machines or PCs to help you at this job. And your career path is largely determined by the mood of your horse. So why would anyone choose to work up here in the mountains? Maybe it's the fringe benefits.
First and 10 for TCU. They give to the sophomore back Motkins. Around the right side, gets across the 40-yard line to about the 42, Harry Colon on the tackle.
Great blocking by the right side of TCU's line as they just drove the left side of Missouri line off the ball. There was no penetration at all. The back came just drifting around the outside and said, look, a traffic lane.
9:44 to go, third quarter. Missouri on top of TCU, 12-0. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Horned Frogs. They stay to the run. Again, it's Motkins. Tied up by number 43, Tom Reiner. He came out of the game in the first half with an ankle injury. It's heavily taped now, and he made a fine tackle.
He did make a fine tackle, Mike, to fill that hole. Looked like the running back might have had a hole to step through there, but Reiner filled the hole quickly and stopped him right in his tracks. A good, solid hit.
No gain, so it's 3rd and 2. Ball on the 42-yard line.
See if the Tigers put somebody over the center, or at least try to cover it up a little bit for that quarterback draw.
Leon Clay into the game for TCU. And he takes it across the first down marker. Rick Lyle made the stop. But another first down for the Horned Frogs.
That's such a consistent play when a quarterback comes in like that and able to run fresh and not have to take a beating on the first and second down. That's a very consistent play for Coach Wacker, and you have to commend him for having the ability and the talent to do that.
It also gives Matt Vogler a chance to talk to the coaches on the sidelines about the plays that he's going to run the next 3 downs.
Exactly. Most coaches do not like to platoon players like that, especially a quarterback position. But in this case, it seems to be working okay.
Give to Motkins going nowhere. Reiner again on the tackle. Kellen, I'm very impressed with the Missouri defense and their aggressive play so far today. They were the big question mark coming into the 1990 season. And this TCU offensive team is supposed to be a team with a lot of firepower.
Well, Coach Stahl is starting 3 seniors, 3 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. 1 a redshirt freshman on their defensive unit today, and they have played like a group of all juniors and seniors.
Triple shoot offense. 1 back is Motkins. Vogler, quick drop, goes to Cedric Jackson. Jackson, virtually no gain. Again, the Missouri defense, and Harry Colon, number 21, makes the stop.
I was told yesterday by the Missouri equipment man staff that you have to have a certain shoot of play on this surface, and it takes a certain type of runner to run on this surface. We've seen Cedric Jackson slip twice in the open field when he should have had bigger gains. Maybe he's not wearing the right shoe.
5 receivers, no backs, now in for TCU. Couple of tight ends. 3rd and 7. Vogler drops, gets Blackwell, the tight end, on the right side. That's a first down for TCU. At about the 41-yard line, Jermaine Wilkins and Maurice Benson make the tackle.
You could pretty much see it coming when TCU spread out their players like that. With the tight end, you see the tight end coming up from inside. A great shot here from behind the TCU line, and just gets up under the linebacker into the open area that's cleared out by the receivers on the other side. And the big guy, 6'2", 238, just turns it upfield after slipping a tackle, gets the first down.
It's a play that's worked all day for TCU, and they try to come back to it, and a fine hit there, a hard hit by Tom Reiner. Incomplete pass.
Now, Mike, this is the type of play where the receiver goes back to the quarterback and says, did you see that guy out in front of me? Because I sure wasn't looking for him. This is on the quarterback. He has to see the linebacker sitting there. He never even looked, just threw the ball and just sets his receiver up, open up another can of wide receivers.
I mentioned before how Tom Reiner had to come out of the game with an ankle injury, but he has come back, and he is strong. 6'1", 235 from California.
San Ramon.
Incomplete. He thought Motkins was going to run a little bit closer to the sideline, threw it over his head. He was under pressure.
Well, he saw the linebacker read the play and come up and get past the 2 offensive linemen to really put pressure on the back, and really much just threw it over his head to get rid of it. It was a broken up play.
6:55 to go, 3rd quarter. 12-0 Missouri. 3rd and 10 now. 5 defensive backs now in for the Missouri defense. 5 wide receivers for the Horned Frogs. Vogler has some time, tried to hit his tight end Blackwell. A good play by Mike Riggenberg. Incomplete pass, and it looks like the Horned Frogs will have to punt away again.
Same play as before, same formation. Tight end, instead of coming across up under the linebacker this time, stops and pivots back to the outside. Here he goes inside. He tries to avoid the linebacker. A little collision there. Maybe a flag, maybe not. But Vogler throws it up over his head, and a nice shot right to the hip and a slam to the omni-turf.
What a job by the Missouri defense as TCU will punt away. That's Maurice Benson at about the 7-yard line. A flag was thrown. We'll find out more about that when we come back on the Mizzou Sports Network.
It's a fact. Nobody sells better gasoline than Quick Trip. And to prove it, now every gallon of Quick Trip gasoline is 100% guaranteed. It works like this. If you ever have a problem with Quick Trip gasoline, Quick Trip will solve the problem. It's that simple. With a guarantee like that, Quick Trip can't afford to sell anything but the best gasoline you can buy. Look at it this way. You can buy your gasoline at Quick Trip, or you can take your chances somewhere else.
This Sunday, the Kansas City Chiefs open their season against the Minnesota Vikings. It's a battle between two of the best defenses in the NFL. But the Chiefs are more than ready for the challenge. And by the time the Vikings know what hit them, it will definitely be over.
Hey, Magic, I bet you can't do that again. Got anything better? Well, bet you can't do that again. Now what? Whoa, no way you can do that again.
Watch me.
Mandarin orange slice. The magic is Mandarin. How'd you do that?
It's magic.
Have the ball at their own 13-yard line. 1st and 10. They also have the lead 12-0. Mizzou against TCU in the season opener. Flags are thrown. The whistle blows early.
It's like a little bit of illegal procedure. Maybe a misalignment there, but usually when the whistle's blown that early, it's on the offense.
Let's go down to the sidelines and Brian Nooner. Brian.
Thank you, Mike. As you noticed in the last possession, the TCU defensive backs are having trouble with the Missouri receivers. In order to make up for this, TCU is blitzing quite a bit. Now, Missouri's concern is, can Kent Kiefer pick up the blitz quick enough? The last series, he had a lot of trouble. Let's see what happens this series. Back to you, Mike.
It'll be 1st and 15 now for the Tigers. They're working at their own 8-yard line. Give the ball to Ronell Cahill. He's across the 10. Another flag is thrown. He stopped at about the 11-yard line.
That's going to push Missouri back even further. That's holding right in there when you see 3 flags around the line play. Maybe even a clip from behind. A little misdirection by Missouri trying to cut back.
Rayford Rattan made the stop for TCU as they keep pushing Missouri back. From the low angle, here's what it looked like.
But once again, the analyst is wrong. We got a face mask here. Whose face mask got grabbed? Still a misdirection there by Missouri. They come back up right there.
So that'll be against TCU. Kenneth Walton, number 90, grabbing the face mask of Ronell Cahill.
On the defense, 5-yard penalty.
So a 5-yard penalty and gives Missouri just a little bit more room to work now. Penalties pretty even. 5 against TCU for 25 yards. Missouri 1 less penalty but more yardage. 6:35 to go, 3rd quarter. 1st and 8 for the Tigers. The ball is on the 16-yard line. They give to the fullback, Jones. He's in trouble. He's tackled all the way back at the 5-yard line. Anthony Hickman, the right corner, in the backfield to make the tackle.
That time Kiefer probably did not like what he saw because he called his receivers in tight. He called his tight end in tight. All 11 men within the hash marks there. And here was something that young running backs, old running backs do not want to do. I mean, take your loss right there to the line of scrimmage. Don't try to make a great play out of nothing because you usually end up with nothing.
Don't go backward. And so the Tigers now 2nd and 20. Deep in their own territory. They're at the 6-yard line. Keeper to Jones. Jones cuts up the middle. He may have the first down. There was a fumble, perhaps. And TCU recovers. A big break for the Horned Frogs. We were waiting for the signal, and TCU has recovered the ball. Jason Cauble, the senior linebacker recovered the ball for the Horned Frogs as Michael Jones coughed it up.
A bit of a misdirection play, pulling the backside guard and tackle here. He gets up through the hole, Michael Jones here, and he hits the hole real good, but watch the hit put on by the free safety as he puts his helmet right on the ball along his shoulder. Probably knocked the wind out of Jones a little bit, but there goes the ball in the ground, and TCU recovers deep in Missouri's territory.
Well, there's a big break for the Horned Frogs. They trail 12-0, but they can make a game of it right now if they can get in the end zone. 5:46 to go, third quarter. Vogler, play action pass. Nobody's even close. He was going for Stephen Shipley, who is his favorite receiver, number 87. A guy with sure hands, but he was not even close to that pass.
Shipley's a long, tall, lanky guy. The defensive back from Missouri did a good job of keeping him at the line of scrimmage and not allowing him to get into his pass route, thus throwing the timing off of that pass by Vogler.
A good play by Sharon Washington, number 18, the left corner from Missouri. Bob Stahl looking for his first win of 1990, his third win as the Missouri Tiger head football coach. His team in trouble here. Vogler loses the ball, covers up. Mario Johnson in on the play. And TCU on a third down and long situation. Another great defensive play by Mario Johnson.
Coach Stahl not only has a great talent in Mario Johnson, he has a great PR guy. Mario puts the pressure on Vogler here, gets him to stumble and put the ball on the ground, but then Mario gets up and gets the crowd involved in the game. Probably more important than the sack.
And so it'll be third down and 18 for TCU. A loss of 8 on the play. And there's a look at number 97, Mario Johnson, out of the St. Louis area. Hazelwood Central. Third and 18. Ball's on the 30-yard line. A running play to Modkins. I'm not quite sure what they were trying to do there. Mike Riggenberg makes the tackle. And that will set up another field goal kicking situation for the Horned Frogs.
I do believe they're going to, well, okay, we got a field goal kicker here, number 22. He's going to come out, and hopefully he's got the ball in the middle of the field this time, not on the left hash mark. And we'll see if he adjusts his swing through to get that ball through the uprights, or if he'll hook it again.
Jeff Wilkinson, the barefooted kicker. He's missed 2 earlier. Now he's in trouble. They pick it up. That's Mike Nowak with the ball. Nowak had a back injury, wasn't even supposed to play. He does not get the first down, and Missouri will take over at their own 24-yard line.
What kind of snap we get here? Seems to be a decent snap, but the handler just doesn't get the ball down on the ground in time for the kicker to come through. It throws the timing way off. In between, he decides to stop as the holder sits there and waits for him to kick the ball, and he never does. Picks the ball up and rolls to his right side with a bad back and tries to make something out of it. But fortunately for the Missouri Tigers, a miscue by TCU.
Well, the Horned Frogs have croaked a couple of times today. I mean, they've had a couple of opportunities to put some numbers on the board, and they're still scoreless. Keeper, the pass for Missouri. This way to Damon Mays. He cuts to the outside, gets across the 35-yard line.
See, that's a very dangerous pass for a keeper to throw. A pass that's in the air that long and that far of a distance across the field. If he floats that thing and the defensive back breaks on it and reads it, he's going to pick it off and waltz into the end zone. I don't know. Those make me nervous.
When the television production crew is in town, they stay at the Holiday Inn Executive Center. It's in a league by itself. First and 10 for Missouri at the 36-yard line. 3:49 to play, third quarter. Mizzou on top 12-0. Michael Jones in trouble, and he's thrown all the way back to the 32-yard line. Larry Brown on the tackle for TCU. Kent Kiefer, 15 of 21, 245 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Missouri with the lead 12-0. Kiefer hit Lindsey Collins twice in the first half.
Mike Jones has to get out of this bad habit of trying to make a big play when he has something. Just take what he has and cutting back and turning back field. He's cost the Tigers quite a bit of yardage here in the second half by trying to look for the big play.
Jones again goes to the far side, gets across the 35-yard line, or maybe just at the 35-yard line. with 2:57 to go in the third quarter.
Once again, Mike, not to harbor a point, turn it upfield, Michael Jones. Take what you can get. Go north and south. He's trying to do too much of a wiggle. He's not a wiggle back.
Tony Rand made the stop. That sets up a 3rd and about 12, a passing situation for the Tigers. Victor Bailey is in the game. He wears number 2. He's on the far side. Damon Mays and Lindsey Collins are on the near side. Jones in the backfield. Keeper looking for a man. He's got the big tight end, David Frisch, over the middle. He's tied up very short. Nowhere near the first down marker, about 5 yards short. And the punting team will come on now for the Tigers.
David Frisch, the tight end, makes a good catch over the middle. Not even close to being enough for the first down. A little family note here. David Frisch is the cousin of Randy Frisch, a guy I played here with at Missouri who was tragically killed in a car accident a few years ago.
David Frisch, a future star, the coaches think. 6'7", 240 sophomore. He has all the tools. Plunkett on the punt. Anthony Hickman on the return for TCU. He gets some yardage all the way back to the 30-yard line. Fumble on the play. And we'll have to see who recovers. A battle for it. Sort of a rugby scrum as they try to get the ball, and the Horned Frogs keep possession.
Tigers are really hitting out there today. They've caused TCU to cough the ball up several times, especially on those kickoff and punt returns.
No kidding. Their defense has been very, very aggressive. The Horned Frogs have been unable to capitalize on several opportunities. Look at some of the Tiger fans here for the season opener, 1990. And they can look forward to some exciting football as Bob Stull tries to restore the roar. Intercepted. Tom Reiner. What a second half he has had. The linebacker, Tom Reiner, an overachiever. He started 5 games last year. In the first half, he had an ankle injury. He has come back with a taped ankle in the second half and has played brilliantly.
Vogler drops back in the pocket. He has time to throw, but he just forces this ball in and pretty much throws it directly to Reiner.
And so the Tiger offense back on the field. Last year, it was just the opposite. The defense spent all their time on the field. But the Tiger offense spending most of the afternoon working the ball. They're going from our left to our right. Tom Reiner, great big play today.
Limping on the sideline just a little bit, but that's not going to keep him out of this game. He's hyped.
Keeper, good catch. Tim Bruton gets out of bounds.
It's a nice pass by Keeper. He did put something on that one. That one did not float out there.
Well, the Tigers now on the move in TCU territory. They're inside the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 2, 1:26 to go. Third quarter, Tigers leading TCU 12-0. Two backs. Right up the middle they go. They get to about the 30-yard line. Mark Jackson, number 32, on the run. Jackson has a strained knee, and they didn't think he'd get much playing time today. He's out of Kirkwood, Missouri, 5'9", 175 pounds.
Mike, I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Wacker come out in the next drive and bring his option quarterback in and try to loosen things up a little bit. Right now, the Missouri Tigers defense is sitting there playing TCU's pass very well.
Keeper, the give to Sean Moore, and Sean Moore gets to the 27-yard line. Mark Jackson, number 32, we talked about him a moment ago. He is a freshman, and he is another future star for these Missouri Tigers. Michael Jones back into the game for the Tigers, number 40. Jackson will come out. 2nd and 7. The ball on the 27. Tigers leading at 12-0.
Ideal down for a pass.
In motion, Lindsey Collins. They come this way to Leach, and he's going nowhere. Skip Leach. Stopped by Brad Smith, number 98. That's a little screen they like to work, and Leach will cut diagonally across the field, hopefully for more yardage, but that time it was plugged up.
I meant a pass downfield.
You said pass, and they passed.
They passed, really. It was an ideal shot to take ideal chance to take a shot down the middle the way TCU was playing at the time.
That'll be it for the third quarter of play. The Missouri Tigers on the march, and they lead the TCU Horned Frogs by the score of 12-0. 1 quarter to play. We'll be back with more after this.
What do an astronaut and Miss America have in common? The University of Missouri, Columbia. Captain Dick Richards, pilot of the Space Shuttle Columbia, blasted off from MU in 1969 with a degree in chemical engineering. Debbie Turner, Missouri's first Miss America, plans to graduate in veterinary medicine after completing her reign. The University of Missouri, Columbia, educating the nation's leaders for more than 150 years. The education you receive at a major public university is like no other. In Missouri, quality is the essence of the MU tradition. Tradition. More top students attend the University of Missouri Columbia. Tradition. MU is Missouri's leading public research university. Tradition. The faculty not only read the books, they write the books. Tradition. MU has educated the nation's leaders for more than 150 years.
If you're as old as this car, have we got a deal for you. You see, when you insure your car with shelter insurance, you may qualify for preferred rates for those 48 and over. With the Platinum Shield, you'll get the same personal service you've come to expect. See your local shelter agent for details.
Missouri has made a couple mistakes today, but they've recovered nicely. Mark Plunkett here, a little earlier in the second half, in trouble, but watch him get out of it.
A great athletic move. He drops the ball down just like a rugby player would if he was down Australia-style football, and gets a great kickoff considering he may have a second career once his playing days are over here at Missouri.
There's a look at the game summary. Some of the numbers. Missouri obviously dominating in total yards. And look at those passing numbers. The triple shoot not working too well for the Horned Frogs, although they've stayed on the ground most of the day.
Coach Stahl has to be pleased with that total yardage, 333 yards. That's only 3/4 of football. He would like to have a few more points on the board, I know, but he has to be pleased with the way the Missouri Tigers are playing in their first outing here in 1990.
3rd and 7 as we begin the fourth quarter of play. The Tigers lead TCU 12-0. A passing situation for the Tigers. And Kiefer drops back. Looks for Jones. Jones is short of the first down. Had a knee down. Calvin Jones tied him up. And now the crowd once again roaring for Bob Stoll to go for it. He's about a yard and maybe a yard and a half short of the first down.
He's got to go for it, Mike. Where's Mario? Bring in Mario. There's Mario. Crowd goes wild. They want to see it.
Bob Stoll making some points with the Missouri fans today. In the first half, in a similar situation, they gave the ball to number 97, Mario Johnson, the big defensive tackle, and he went over for the first down. They've got to clear out some holes for Mario, or he'll clear them out himself. There he goes, and I don't think so. He's still trying for it, and I think they stopped him.
They did stop him this time. This time, Coach Stahl had the big tailback in the I set, 7 yards from the line of scrimmage. Here he goes. He gets it moving. Look at that. That's pretty good there. He holds the ball. There was penetration on TCU's part, which really stopped Mario from getting on his full stride going, but you have to give him credit for trying.
Did you see him hurdle over there?
I saw him hurdle.
Olympics.
The poor kid was hoping that he did miss it.
Well, Missouri gives the ball up. TCU will now work the offense, and they've got some work to do. They trail by the score of 12-0. The Missouri defense has been outstanding so far today. Let's see if the Horned Frogs start to put it up in the air. No. They give it to Modkins. And Kellen, frankly, as George Hunt makes the tackle, I don't get it. Let's go down to Art Holliday on the field.
Okay, thank you very much, Mike. Your comment about the performance of the Mizzou defense is very timely. I just had a brief word with Sharon Washington, one of the Tiger DBs. He said this is something the Tigers needed. They thought they had a good defense, but they needed to go out on the field and prove it to themselves. So far, they have done that, and they are 13 minutes and 37 seconds away from a shutout. Back to you, Mike.
Okay, thank you, Art. Leon Clay, the sophomore quarterback who can run a little bit into the game. And he's throwing long, looking for a man, and that was nowhere near him. Sharon Washington on the play. The intended receiver was Toby Morey, number 23 in white.
Well, we talked about it earlier that Coach Wacker was going to have to do something to get his offense moving, and we predicted he would bring in his sophomore quarterback, Leon Clay, and he has done that. Now we're in a third down and long situation. We're going to see the option probably to the wide side of the field.
The Horned Frogs trailing 12-0, trying to get some offense going against this very aggressive Missouri defense today.
Well, they have no
Go ahead.
They have no backs in the backfield, so much for the option call.
And 5 defensive backs in for Missouri. Leon Clay over the middle, gets his tight end Kelly Blackwell. Regenberg knocks the ball loose, and it looks like the Tigers have recovered the fumble. No, I thought Maurice Benson had it. Some quick work there by one of the offensive receivers for TCU. It looks like Michael Jackson recovered the fumble for TCU.
Once again, watch the tight end along your inside part of your screen. It's a great move on the linebacker on the inside to go arm over and get inside where there's nobody. And he just gets the ball up the field, but the linebacker comes back and knocks the ball loose. Keep the ball in front of you, not to the outside part of your body. And alert TCU receiver falls on the ball for TCU's big play down the middle, third down conversion.
So a big gainer for Texas Christian. 1st and 10 in Missouri territory on the 49-yard line. Leon Clay, the sophomore quarterback, goes over the middle. He's got Michael Jackson, who just recovered that fumble, and they're inside the 30-yard line. So Matt Vogler was the quarterback throughout the afternoon. A week ago, Clay was the starter, and Vogler came in relief. Just the opposite today.
Some players are better coming off the bench. I think Coach Wacker likes what he sees in Leon Clay coming off the bench so far. He's had some success in running the third down option play for the first down, and now a couple of completed passes will get the young guy going.
We're at Burrow Field in Columbia, Missouri. Kellen Winslow, along with yours truly, Mike Bush, Art Holliday, and Brian Neuter are on the sidelines. Missouri leading TCU 12-0. That was just a gain of 20 on the pass from Leon Clay to Michael Jackson. Clay, 6'1", 205. He wears number 12. Pretty good runner. There's the quarterback sneak. And that goes for a gain of 3. Mike Regenberg in on the tackle. Clay is out of Gladewater, Texas.
He's going without a huddle here, Mike. They're trying to keep Missouri's specialty people off the field here. Once again, a spread out offensive formation. Look at the Missouri secondary. They're kind of open there. He's going to try to exploit that pretty soon. There it is.
There's Jackson again. Across the 15-yard line, Regenberg whirls him down. But another big gainer and another first down for the Frogs. Again, no huddle.
Coach Wacker, once again, is trying to take advantage of the fact that he's got a mismatch there. He's going to try to go to Jackson, who's being played by a linebacker. Jackson has the speed. He's going to try to hit him a couple of more times and spread the rest out. One-on-one basketball, what it boils down to.
Clay on the run to the near side. Looks to the end zone. And that ball was underthrown. Stephen Shipley, the sure-handed receiver, number 87 for TCU, was on the ground. Sharon Washington covering him.
Shipley doesn't slip and fall down. That's 6 points for the TCU Horned Frogs.
This OmniTurf has definitely been slippery today. Let's look at the numbers for Leon Clay. 2 of 5 for 61 yards. Trying to rally the Horned Frogs. They trail 12-0, 12:33 to go in the game.
The danger of a Leon Clay in this situation so close to the goal line, he drops back, he spreads the receivers out. It's not open, he pulls it down, he runs with it. Great running ability, get the ball in the end zone.
2nd and 10, Clay looking for a man, touchdown, TCU. Cedric Jackson, the slot back, makes the catch. And TCU is on the board.
Finally, Coach Wacker got what he wanted, that mismatch. A slot back against a linebacker, one-on-one, outside wide. Leon Clay had a nice, perfect pass into the corner of the end zone. They teach the quarterbacks, throw the ball to the corner where the flag is. A little mix-up play here, almost a pick, which is illegal, but we won't call it that because nobody got rushing to each other. But he throws the ball back into the corner of the end zone.
One of the fine names in retail furniture is going out of business. Known for quality and service for 42 years, Pilgrim House is liquidating their store and warehouse stock. New goods arrive at the store each day. Savings to 70%. Save on Drexel Heritage, sofas, recliners, bedrooms, and Sealy mattresses. Pilgrim House is offering 6 months financing with no payments or interest till January of '91, or 5% off for cash on any order over $500. Pilgrim House is open weekdays 10 to 9, Sundays 1 to 5, savings to 70%.
Join Davis Paints and WDAF-TV, your hometown station, in this Labor Day salute to the men and women who keep Kansas City on the move.
There are people in this country who work hard every day, but not for fame or fortune do they strive. But the fruits of their labor are worth more than their pay, and it's time a few of them were recognized. Hello, America. Let me thank you for your time.
To the employees at Davis Paints, we say thank you for a job well done.
TCU scores their first touchdown of the 1990 season. Leon Clay to Cedric Jackson. And they'll kick it off. Trailing by the score of 12-7, Troy Beacon, number 24, will do the kicking. Not very long on this one. Skip Leach comes up to get it. Gets to about the 23-yard line for Missouri, and they'll work from there.
Should have been a flag on that play for a late hit by the TCU player who hit Skip Leach on the way out of bounds.
Let's look at the touchdown. Just before the break, Leon Clay coming into the game. He's the backup quarterback today, and he finds Cedric Jackson on a nice pass.
Throws off balance, a nice arm on it. He gets a lot of oomph on the ball there, but a great play, a great catch by Cedric Jackson. Once again, TCU went without a huddle. Missouri was not able to get their specialty people in the game. It should have been a fifth defensive back covering him. Instead, it was a linebacker.
There's a look at the scoring drive. Missouri back the other way, and Tim Bruton makes the catch at about the 29-yard line. So Missouri has some work to do now, because if TCU gets the ball back, they can win it with a touchdown. Remember, earlier in the game, and this may come back to haunt the Tigers, they missed 2 extra point conversions. They missed a kick on a bad snap. Then they tried for 2, and a drop pass spoiled that. Keeper is the quarterback. The give to Jones. They try to eat up some time, and Jones is across the 30-yard line.
This is really no time for the Tigers to get conservative. They've got to go down. They've got to score to take the threat out of the game. As you can see, the coaches there from TCU trying to get their players up and trying to get them going.
The Horned Frogs coming into this game with a record of 0-1. They lost last week to Washington State 21-3. Missouri scores coming on Kent Keeper to Lindsey Collins passes, both over 60 yards in the first half. Keeper drops. He looks to between the 20-yard lines. We'll see if they can head for the end zone. They're working the no-huddle offense. Let's go down to Art Holliday on the sidelines. Art.
Well, Mike, a footnote to that touchdown run by Tcu Sally. If you think 8 is enough, try 16. He's got 16 family members in his family. His parents, 6 brothers, 5 adopted brothers and sisters, an aunt, and 2 great aunts that live in their Carson, California home. But we just got a quick word with Tcu Sally on that touchdown run, and he said it was the blocking that set it up. He made a little drag move with his leg, broke into the clear, the blocking was there, and after that it was 6 points. Back to you, Mike and Kelly.
There's a look at number 9, Tcu Sally. 5'9", 190-pound junior. I mentioned the defensive player of the decade in Southern California. And you'll want to see him the rest of this season. He's very exciting. And if you want more information on tickets, you can write the Athletic Ticket Office, Post Office Box 675, Columbia, 65205. You want to charge tickets? That's 1-800-CAT-PAWS. And you can use your MasterCard or Visa. Next week, Utah State. Then Arizona State on September the 29th. The rest of the home schedule on October 6th, you have Colorado, Kansas State on October 20th, and then Oklahoma in November. Missouri has just called a timeout. They have 2 timeouts left. TCU still with their full complement of 3. 7:44 to go in the game. Tigers lead 19-7. Horned Frogs driving. They're in Missouri territory. They're on the 34-yard line. Leon Clay, the quarterback. He's got Michael Jackson, and Jackson runs out of bounds. Jackson has been very impressive here in the second half. Maurice Benson chased him out.
Nice drop back by Leon Clay that time. A pure, simple drop back, and here's the receiver out, makes a nice move on the defensive back, stops him in his tracks and keeps him in his back pedal, and just turns upfield a little option churn-out play.
And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. 7:38 to go. Clay wanted to go for the long one, and there is nobody there. He threw it in the end zone. Curtis Montkins was his intended receiver, but Montkins was at least 20 yards away from that ball.
Just a broken pattern. The receiver read it one way, the quarterback read it another.
7:34 to go. Fourth quarter. Tigers on top. No back offense now for TCU. Over the middle they go to Blackwell. He breaks a tackle, tries to break another. He's down to the 11-yard line, and that's a first down for the Horned Frogs.
You got to love this kid, Blackwell. He just drifts over the middle. He finds open spot and sits there on this play, and Leon Clay patiently has the time to do it also. It's Blackwell. He was open from the time he left the line of scrimmage.
Again, no huddle for TCU. Clay looks in to get the play. 5 receivers in for TCU. Play again. One of his men fell down. Now he throws it out of the end zone. That stops the clock. The intended receiver was Stephen Shipley, but he threw it way over his head, and Shipley did not have much room in the left corner. Clay 8 of 13. He's thrown the ball for 116 yards. They're on the 11-yard line. Second down and 10.
Mike, let's see on this pass play, if Clay doesn't get his open man, if he pulls it down to run, the middle of the field is wide open for him to do that.
That's Woodley on the catch. He's inside the 5-yard line. Jermaine Wilkins made the tackle, but TCU in a position now to score. They're on the 2.5-yard line.
TCU scores here. We still have a ball game. Plenty of time left. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. TCU down on the 3-yard line.
The clock is running. The Horned Frogs did not score in the first half. Leon Clay came in the fourth quarter, had a touchdown pass to Cedric Jackson. That is the only Horned Frog score of the day. 3-back set.
Uh-oh.
Good coverage by Missouri. Clay has nobody to throw to. He's still free, though. And on the other side, he hits Cedric Jackson one more time. Touchdown, TCU.
Leon Clay is going to watch this film. He's going to wish he would have run the ball. When he rolled out of that pocket, he could have walked into the end zone by himself untouched. But decides to go the difficult route. Watch this. Right now, Missouri Tigers are completely full, looking for the option play to the short side of the field. But he sits there and he waits, almost takes a major loss, a face pass penalty there, but didn't get called. But then turns around with athletic ability, makes a great play, and who wants it? Any TCU player could have caught it.
Gerald Fletcher had a chance to get him, but Clay squirmed out of it, and then he hit Cedric Jackson. Jackson's second touchdown of the game. The extra point is good, and Missouri now leads TCU 19-14, and there's still an opportunity for TCU to come back in this game. 6:18 to go in the game. Missouri will get the ball again.
Still plenty of time. No reason right now for TCU to try any type of onside kick or any squib kick or whatever. They should come out and try to kick the ball as deep as they possibly can, get Missouri in bad field position. 1, 2, 3, punt and out. And then for Leon Clay, who seems to have found his own self in the second half here, actually in the fourth quarter, to give him a chance to put TCU on top.
Now, if you're Missouri, do you stick to your game, 50% pass, 50% run, or do you stay on the ground and try to eat up the clock?
Well, I think you want to stay on the ground as much as possible here. You've got a 5-point lead in the last 6 minutes left to go in the game, and you want to just take it down the field as slowly as possible. Pass when you have to, but safe, conservative passes. No more of this long across the field stuff floating.
They covered a lot of ground in a short period of time. 9 plays in 2.5 minutes, and so the Horned Frogs are still in a position where they can win this game. They'll kick it off. Jason Oliver and Kenneth Dunn are back deep. Make that Oliver and Skip Leach back deep for Missouri. That's Oliver at the 10-yard line. Takes it to the 20-yard line before he's plugged up, and Missouri will work from there. 19-14, the Tigers on top. 6:11 to play in the game. And their offense has some work to do. They don't want to give up the ball and allow TCU another opportunity. The last 2 times, 2 of the last 3 times TCU has had the ball, they've scored.
Well, Mike, we just saw another part of the great Missouri tradition, maybe not 100 years old, hopefully not. The Golden Girls and a Missouri marching band over on the south end part of the stadium entertaining the folks today.
They give to the fullback Jones. He leaps out to the 24-yard line. A gain of about 4 yards.
You can best believe that Coach Stahl's coaching staff gave instructions to all people who handle the ball. 2 hands on the football. Get the yardage you can, stay in bounds, and do not fumble.
Well, the story of the first half was defense. Missouri went to the halftime locker room leading 12-0. Right now, it is 19-14 Tigers. Keeper, play action. He's got a man, David Frisch, knocked out of bounds. Frisch, the sophomore tight end from House Springs, Missouri, has all the tools to be a future star on this Missouri Tiger football team.
You have to like Frisch. I like the way he runs, the way he handles himself out there. Keeper 24-30 today for 298 yards.
1 interception, but it didn't hurt. I guess it did hurt because they were in position to score, but TCU did not score off the interception. Keeper, short drop. Again, he hits Frisch. But Frisch is handled at about the line of scrimmage. Lavoie Crump on the tackle.
Keep out on that play, Mike. We're going to see that play again during this drive as Coach Stahl tries to do ball control down the field. And one thing good about a pass is that receivers run downfield. The clock doesn't start till, well, the 30 seconds doesn't start till they get back, and you can control the ball. As much as San Francisco, Washington tries to do in the National Football League. Control the ball as it goes down the field, through the pass, and all out through the run.
Ball's on the 34-yard line, 2nd down and 9. Keeper to throw this way to Jones. He's across the 40. He does not have the first down. So that'll set up a 3rd down situation for the Tigers. 3rd and short. 4 minutes and 37 seconds to play. The clock is still running. The Tiger offense doing a good job of eating up some time. Now they've got to get the first down. Keeper has gone over 300 yards passing, now has 306 yards throwing in Bob Stahl's offense.
take a look at this formation. We talked about that simple dump to the tight end earlier. We're in the same formation for possibly having it also.
Big play for the TCU defense. Keeper goes way out to Damon Mays. He breaks a couple of tackles, gets free, gets across midfield to about the 43-yard line. A big play for the Tigers.
Excuse me, Michael, I get my heart back out of my throat. We just talked about that play, that long pass, that drifter across the field. This is a gutsy, dangerous pass. Watch how this ball floats out there. It's in the air an awful long time. Defensive backs get kind of close there, but not close enough for an interception. Damon Mays makes a miss, gets the big first down. More importantly, stays in bounds and keeps that clock running.
A gain of 11 yards. A big play by the roommates, Kent Keefer and Damon Mays. Victor Bailey into the game. He split out to the right side. Keeper on the blitz, gets the handoff up to Jones, and Jones loses about a yard and a half. Richard Booker in on the tackle. He had 11 tackles last week against Washington State.
Well, this time at least Jones did not try to turn around and make a bad play worse or try to make a big play out of a bad play. He decided to take his loss right there and stay in bounds.
Loss of 2.
New Salih's punt return for a touchdown was the first time that has happened for Missouri since way back in 1978 when Bill Whitaker did it against Illinois. Right now, that's the difference in this game. Missouri leading TCU 19-14. 3 minutes to go in the game. 2nd and 12. The ball's on the 47-yard line. And the flags are thrown. There wasn't too much time. There's still 2 seconds on the time clock.
There seemed to be some disarray there with Keeper.
Dead ball. Ball starts on the offense.
The illegal procedure.
Between Keeper and his receivers, there seemed to be a mix-up of where exactly he wanted them to go. They just saw Michael Jones at the last second break out of the the tailback position, go into a slot position, or wing position is known in some offenses. And then Keeper looked directly to the left, and then he didn't care about the right. Keeper's 13th consecutive completion, by the way. He seems to be hot, even with those drifters way out wide.
That make you very nervous.
They make me very nervous, especially on a college field where the hash marks are a lot wider.
2nd down and 17. The ball is on Missouri's 48-yard line. Keeper to throw. Victor Bailey. He's the transfer out of UTEP. He's knocked out of bounds. And about the 42-yard line.
You got to love Victor
Make that
Bailey.
The 38-yard line.
He transferred up here from UTEP when Coach Stahl and his staff came up, and he's an excellent talent. He's one of the receivers that Missouri has that adds a lot of depth to that core.
Out of Fort Worth, Texas, just a sophomore, recruited by Bob Stull to go to the University of Texas, El Paso. That was a gain of 12. So it's 3rd and 5. The ball on the 39-yard line. Keeper. Intercepted. That's Tony Rand, and he gets near midfield. Keeper's receiver fell down. I think that was the tight end, Linthicum, who fell down, and Tony Rand was there to pick it off. And now TCU has the ball and a chance to take the lead. Kent Keeper took a hard hit on that play as well. Shaking it off on the sidelines. Here it is.
Well, until you have to question this call here, you have 1st down and drop back pass here. It's a very late hit. Very late hit to the leg, and Keeper falls down, also hits his head on the turn as he goes down. Another negative side of the OmniTurf.
Well, now we'll see what the Missouri defense can do. They were brilliant the first 3 quarters of the game. They have let up 14 points here in the 4th quarter. Play. And that was incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for TCU.
One thing that happens out here in the OmniTurf is before the game they wet it down so it takes the slickness off it just a little bit. It's better traction when it's just a little bit damp. But now the field is dry, the sun has come out, and you see players slipping left and right. And the last interception, saw Keeper's receiver slide down, and the defensive back picked it off.
Play. He's got a man over the middle. Tom Reiner in on the play. Kelly Blackwell with the catch. Blackwell has had quite an afternoon for TCU.
He must have 6 or 7 catches today already.
Big 3rd down play coming up here. 2 minutes. Play trips. And that was dropped by Cedric Dickens. Play trip. As he was fading back, he went to Dickens. It was right in his hands, and he dropped the ball.
Let's see Clay drop back here once again on his Omni-Turf. He steps. Whoops. Catches. Look, he might have caught his foot there. Now the Omni-Turf went on one of his offensive linemen. Throws a strike directly to the receiver, who might have taken his eyes off him for a second looking for a place to run, but she's never hit the receiver right in the numbers. They're not used to it.
4th down and 4 from the 46. Big play. Clay goes to Shipley. 1st down. Stephen Shipley, who is their top receiver. Only his 2nd catch today. Mike Jadlow on the stop, and TCU is moving the ball.
I tell you, you have to like this Shipley guy. He's very consistent, and he has sure hands. And that alone will keep you in college football playing every week, and maybe it'll give you a shot at professional football.
19-14. Missouri trying to hang on. 1:48 to go. Jermaine Wilkins was injured on that play, number 28. He comes out of the game. Missouri, 3 timeouts. The Horned Frogs still have 2 timeouts left. 1:45 to play in the game. Clay dropping back. 1st down. Nearly picked off. Incomplete pass.
Oh, that was
an Oliver with a good play.
That was close. The umpire referee easily could have called pass interference as the defensive back came up, put his hand on the receiver's back, but reached around. Didn't go through the receiver, but kind of laid his hand on him. It could have been a ticky-tack call for pass interference.
Jason Oliver was a tailback. Now he is playing cornerback. Number 22. They might try to exploit him. Leon Clay with the quarterback sneak. He gets to the 20-yard line before he's tackled there. Another 1st down for TCU. Mike Jadlow and Leon Fisher made the tackle and saved the touchdown.
We've talked about it all day, the fact that Missouri Tigers are leaving the center uncovered. It's an automatic between the center and the quarterback. If he sees it, he taps the center on the inside part of his thigh. The center gives him the ball. He just steps around and up through the hole. Once again, there's no middle linebacker. Defensive backs in the game.
Play to pass. Looks over the middle. He's got Shipley again. Very close to the 1st down. And TCU wants another no-huddle play.
TCU should really take a timeout here pretty soon and regroup themselves and get close down here. They're playing very emotional football. You don't want to make a mistake down here. You have a chance to win it.
They're moving the change because it was a 1st down by Shipley. So it is 1st and goal now.
Once again,
for the Horned Frogs.
Watch Leon Clay. There's no inside linebacker. We're going to see a play up the middle here.
That's Shipley. Touchdown, TCU. Leon Clay with the perfect pass to his main man, number 87, Stephen Shipley, the 6'4", 250-pound sophomore, who was virtually non-existent throughout most of this game, but has come alive here in the 4th quarter. They've sort of used him as a secret weapon. And so now Missouri trails 20-19.
He has been a weapon. He's been a successful weapon here in the 2nd half. Shipley's come out, as we mentioned earlier. TCU and Coach Wacker had to get the ball into Shipley's hand. That's what Leon Gray did on that drive.
There is 1:03 to play. Missouri has all their timeouts. 20-19. 2 blown extra points have been the real story for the Tigers.
It certainly has. Right now, this would be a tie ball game if they convert here on the extra point. If we had those 2 extra points earlier, but once again, it's early in the year, and you're going to have those type of mistakes.
Here's a look at the touchdown. A fine pass from Clay to Shipley.
Simple 3-step drop time pattern. He looked to his left. He didn't care about anybody else. Throws the ball up and uses that Shipley's 6'4" height. He makes a great catch. Even wearing the gloves, he made a good catch in the end zone to put TCU Horned Frogs on top.
And TCU is going to go for the 2-point conversion. If they score, then the best Missouri can do with a field goal is tie the game. If they don't score, Missouri can win it with a field goal. Missouri, we check the timeouts. Missouri has only 2 left. Leon Clay going for the 2-point conversion. It'll be a pass play. Blackwell couldn't quite get there. And so all Missouri needs is all they need to do is march downfield and put Jeff Jackie in a situation where they can go for a field goal to possibly win the game with just over a minute to play and 2 timeouts left. TCU with 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns after a brilliant defensive performance for the first 3 quarters on the part of the Tigers. The Horned Frogs lead it 20-19. And the fans, Kellen, I think are in shock.
I think they're in shock, but you have to admit they've enjoyed themselves today. They've been entertained by an exciting Missouri offensive show in the first half, a sound defensive performance in the first 3 quarters. But now they're kind of shocked and on their heels right now because TCU has come out, and you have to give Coach Wacker credit for making that substitution with Leon Gray and taking Vogler out when he did.
1 minute and 3 seconds to play. New Sali and Skip Leach are the kickoff return men for Missouri. Trey Beacon will kick it off for TCU.
Interesting call here for the TCU staff on what to do. Do you drive the ball down the middle and hope that the new Sali doesn't get his hands on it because he's hurt you already? Or do you try to drive it out and put them on the 20? It'll be interesting to see what he does here.
Trey Beacon goes down the middle.
Kind of a squibber.
Sali at the 10, the 20, up the middle across to the 30, and he's plugged up there at the 30-yard line.
TCU said it was a fumble.
There is a fumble. There is a fumble.
The officials
and it
agree.
belongs to the Horned Frogs. Oh, brother.
Well, it looks like New Sali the ball was taken from him on his way down when that hit was made by the coverage man. He grabbed the ball just at that time. Let's take a look here. There he is running, cutting back to his left, looking for the hole. He finds a hole here temporarily, but it's closed as soon as he breaks through. Nice camera action here, and right there, let's see what happens as the defensive man comes in, and right there the ball is stripped from him before he hits the ground. There it goes, and TCU falls directly on it.
Clint Stevenson recovered the ball for TCU. Missouri dominated this game for 3 quarters. And with 53 seconds to go in the game as the fans head for the exits, the Tigers trail TCU 20-19. Timeout called, TCU. Well, this will be a disappointing loss for the Missouri Tigers unless they can pull off some sort of miracle, Kellen, but there have been some good things in this game.
There has been. You're not going to see TCU do too many things fancy with this ball. They may just take it and fall on it, cause Missouri to use their 2 timeouts they do have, or you may see the first play run off tackle to see if they can get yardage at all. But right now, with 53 seconds left to go, Missouri has 2 timeouts. TCU has 4 downs. You run into the entire gambit on all the things that can happen. But I think you'll see TCU run the ball once. If they're successful, Missouri will call a timeout. Even if they're not successful, Missouri will call a timeout. But they will try to keep the clock going as much as they possibly can.
Let's take a look at the winning touchdown. Leon Clay, the 4th quarter comeback kid to Stephen Shipley, number 87. Matt Vogler, number 14, started this game at quarterback for TCU. After Leon Clay had a disappointing game last week against Washington State, Clay started last week. Clay came on in the 4th quarter, and 3 touchdown passes has the TCU Horned Frogs on top of Missouri, 20-19, less than a minute to play.
A lot of things you can do with a 6'4" wide receiver with the ability of a Shipley, and that's one of them.
Clay keeps the ball. Gains about 1 yard. Mike Riggenberg on the stop. And Missouri calls a timeout. 44 seconds to go. Coach Bob Stoll hoping for some sort of miracle here. The Tigers scored in the first half on a Kent Kiefer to Lindsey Collins 68-yard touchdown reception. A little later on in the first half, it was Kiefer to Collins again. They connected for a 61-yard touchdown pass. And as they went to the locker room, Missouri led by the score of 12-0. Coach Jim Wacker had a conversation with his troops in the locker room. And here in the 4th quarter, the behind the passing of sophomore quarterback Leon Clay. The Horned Frogs have taken the lead. 2 touchdown passes to Cedric Jackson, number 25. New Salih had a punt return for a touchdown for Missouri. And just moments ago, it was Stephen Shipley on the touchdown from Leon Clay, and that has TCU in front. Another pretty good gainer for TCU as they eat up some more of the clock, and another timeout for Missouri with 36 seconds to go. Clay, 17 of 22 for 177 yards and 3 touchdowns in basically just the fourth quarter of work.
Just in the fourth quarter, he was inserted with about 12 and a half minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. A great move by Coach Wacker. As we mentioned earlier, he had to do something. Vogler was not getting the job done. Clay came in. He was a spark.
So it'll be 3rd and 3 now for TCU with 36 seconds to go. Missouri is out of timeouts. The fans heading for the exits. A couple of final words now for quarterback Leon Clay, and I wonder, Kellen, if he'll be starting next week.
It's kind of a hard call for Coach Wacker to make, you know, Mike. It really is. I think he'll be out there. Now, he may be better coming off the bench. You have some players like that, like a Bobby Jones, who played in Philadelphia NBA, who are just better players coming off the bench. The fact that he is so young as a sophomore may have something to do with it, but I think he's going to be a force in the Southwestern Conference to deal with.
Here it is, 3rd and 3 for TCU. No timeouts left for Missouri. They'll just run out the clock. Leon Clay gets the first down, and that'll be it. Mike Riggenberg on the tackle. And the TCU Horned Frogs have sealed up a victory here in Columbia. Missouri going for their 5th straight season-opening victory. Now let's keep in mind that the Tigers won the first game of the year last year, and they finished with a record of 2-9. Perhaps a loss at the beginning of the year. You take a step backwards and then work your way forward.
Are you saying the logic behind that is now they'll be 9-2?
There's no logic behind that.
Well, you know, no matter what the outcome of today's game is, which I think is pretty apparent that Missouri's going to lose by 1 point here, is that the Tigers came out, they played well. They're a young ball club on defense that played well for over three quarters. Coach Stahl's staff has to be impressed with that and encouraged by what they saw here today. Of course, Coach Wacker has to be encouraged when he saw his sophomore quarterback, Leon Gray, in the fourth quarter.
It is over here in Columbia. The 100th anniversary of Missouri Tiger football gets off to an inauspicious beginning as the TCU Horned Frogs defeat the Missouri Tigers by the score of 20-19. Well, if you look back at this game, you saw a Tiger team, Kellen, that pretty much dominated for 3 quarters. A defense that looked outstanding for 3 quarters. That was the big question mark coming into this game. Could their defense stop the run-and-shoot offense, the triple-shoot offense of TCU? The executive producer of this Mizzou Sports Network telecast is Tom Gray. Today's telecast has been produced by Greg Logan and directed by Tom Williamson. The technical director has been Brian Holder. Our associate producer was Brad Noblet, and the associate director was John Leonard. As you read the long list of names who did such a great job of bringing you today's game, we would like to take the time to thank Director of Athletics at TCU, Frank Windiger, TCU Sports Information Director Glenn Stone and his staff, and head coach Jim Wacker and his coaching staff. We'd also like to thank Missouri Athletic Director Dick Tamburro, and a very special thanks to Assistant Athletic Director Joe Castiglione for all his help along the way. A big thank you to Missouri Sports Information Director Bob Brendel and his staff, and finally a special thanks to head coach Bob Stahl and his coaching staff for their help. After 2 games, TCU's record stands at 1-1. Missouri opens the season on a losing note. Final score, TCU 20, Missouri 19. For Kellen Winslow, Art Holliday, Brian Nooner, I'm Mike Bush. So long, everybody.
Today's game has been sponsored by Shelter Insurance. Service is our policy. By the Missouri Lottery. When you play, your money works for all of Missouri. By Bush Beer. Head for the mountains of Bush. And by today's truck, Chevrolet. Nobody's winning like the heartbeat of America.
This has been a copyrighted presentation of the Mizzou Sports Network and the University of Missouri Board of Curators.